Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I believe it was Abraham Lincoln that once said, behind every great man is an even greater woman that allows that man to think he's great. With that in mind, on Sunday is Mother's Day 2025. And Anthony, you and I cook up some great questions for some potential great mothers out there. But there's one in my life near and dear to my heart, and one that has earned this day more than most. And it is Mrs. YSN. And there goes the baby. Uh, Mrs. YSN, my lovely wife, Sarah Yokley, who we've invited to be part of this show. First time ever on YSN to be interviewing. So we're excited to bring her on. So, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest lady in my life, the reason YSN exists to this day, Sarah Yokley. Oh, wow. How did you transfer? Welcome, Sarah. Thank you so much for taking time for us today. We appreciate you greatly. It's needless to say, you are the heartbeat of our family. And here in 2025, almost 16 years after we married, you get to celebrate your first Mother's Day. What's it been like for you leading up to this Sunday to be a mom for the first time officially?
I haven't had a whole lot of time to think about it, and I'm just too busy. But it's kind of surreal. Like, oh, it's the first time. Like, I'm actually legally a mom. Yeah, it's really like it's my first real Mother's Day, and there have been other ones where I felt like I wasn't comfortable when people wished me Happy Mother's Day, and like because the kids aren't mine, but they are now. So
they are now, and everything that comes with it, right?
All the diapers.
I think every mom is a little bit different on how they want Mother's Day. You know, some mothers like the big make a fuss out of it. Some mothers just want a day to relax a little bit. What's the perfect Mother's Day for you now that it's your first?
I would love to be able to relax. I don't like gifts, so I don't want anything. I told DJ and the kids not to get me anything. I just want to spend some time really together as a family, because that's what we've wanted for so long. We finally have it, and from what I hear, time flies really fast. So we got to enjoy the time we have with them now.
Naturally, you have Bella there, who is 3. We got her when she was about 6 weeks old. Talk to everybody about the process. I mean, we've obviously had to overcome some obstacles and battles through some adversity. My dream was always YSN. My dream was to do what I do every day. And I'm grateful and thankful for you and the kids that let me do that. And so many other people are grateful to you and thankful to you for allowing us to be able to do that. But this was always your dream. Talk about why it was so important for you to be a mom and how it is right now. Kind of has it sank in yet in September?
I've always wanted to be a mom, ever since I was little. I think because I have such a good mom. I wanted to be like her. I wanted a chance to be a good mom and raise kids to be good citizens of this country. So hopefully we do that right. I don't know if it's really sunk in. Maybe it has now a little bit more, so that we're parents, that I'm a mom now, and I don't have to fill out all the paperwork every month. Fostering.
Indeed, they went through it. You guys had some adversity to get to where you are now as parents. Take us through that day when it finally all the adversity was done and you guys got to officially call yourselves parents. What was that like from your perspective? I've heard DJ's side of it, and we've all congratulated him, but want to hear your side of it too. What was it like for you to have that day where all the hoopla was over and it was officially, legal? You were a mother.
Whoa! The hoopla's never going to be over as long as you're married to me.
That kind of hoopla was over.
Yeah, it was. I felt some relief, and then it was almost just some exhaustion. Like finally, that was just all done, and I could breathe and really just relax. It's like, okay, we made it.
Mom, a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old. What is that like? I'm sure every mom can sympathize with what you're going through right now. Raising two kids, you work in a full-time job and you're raising two kids and allowing me to go out during the evenings and play. What like you? What are the frustrations like, and what are some of the maybe challenges that you didn't expect at this point in your life as a mom of a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old?
We have very strong-willed children. So I didn't anticipate having two of them. Coming from someone who's very compliant. So this is an eye opener, and it's definitely a challenge having two strong-willed children. And then when my office is in the playroom, it can be pretty chaotic sometimes. But I don't know, you just have you get through it because you have to. Like, you don't think about it, you just do it. And then maybe later on you think, oh, how did I do it? But I don't know, you just take it one day at a time, and you do what you have to do to get it done.
All right, what are some of your favorite things so far about being a mom? Some of the things that maybe you didn't expect were going to happen, that are pleasant memories, or pleasant things that kind of came up that just make your heart kind of smile a little bit.
It's funny. We laugh. How many people tell me that Bella looks just like me? And I just laugh because I don't see it, and we're not biologically related. But everybody says Bella looks just like you. I'm like, okay. But she has the best sense of humor. And I think farts are hilarious. And she now does too. So that's been fun.
Farts are huge in the Yokley house, in case you didn't know. Easy giggle. It's the easiest laugh you'll ever get if you're a comedian. You mentioned that, some of those awesome moments as a mom, some of the adversity that we faced, obviously, but be able to be a mom, to be a mother in any sense of the word, on this Mother's Day. I know it carries a lot of weight for you. I know that you have some great role models that you've had in your life. Who are some of those role models that have made you into the woman that you are today, that loves incredibly much?
I'm a great mom, and I had two grandmothers who are very, very good moms, and who raised good children. Like, my dad's mom raised 7 kids, and my mom's mom raised 6. And so I have lots of great examples to women to look up to, who do a good job of raising their children and juggling full-time jobs and other things. So I was able, thankfully, I have 21st cousins, and I'm one of the oldest. So I was able to watch how my aunts raised them, and how they reacted when things didn't go well, or when we weren't behaving the best. I have a lot. I'm very, very blessed.
You go through YSN, and you're able to, with DJ, impact so many lives of kids that are 14 to 17 years old, and maybe you're not their mom per se, but you get to kind of get a little peek into their lives and become role models a little bit. From your perspective, what's that kind of like, to have an expanded family because of what we do here at YSN, and the people we get to interact with from the ages of 12 when they're little league, all the way up to 18 when they're seniors in high school?
It's a surreal thing, because you're like, wait, these were strangers, right? And then all of a sudden you get to start to know them, and you build this relationship, and it's just it's a really cool thing. It's a blessing, because you learn so much from each other, because especially, we didn't have this growing up. And so now they're teaching me really how to handle all this, because this is new to me too.
Obviously, sports a huge part of our life. Whether we have a career in it, or whether it's just been a part of our life growing up. You played football. with boys, naturally. At that time, there was no girls football, and you on the football team. So tackle football, by the way. So yeah, you're a tough cookie. Knew that going into it. Also, homecoming queen. Also, got your degree from Westminster as a teacher. What? How did all of that in sports specifically prepare you for the journey as a mom to this point?
Sports just teach you so much. They teach you. You have to work so hard. Well, I did. I can pick things up quickly, but then I really need to start to work at it. I can be okay at something, but if I want to be good, I really need to work hard and devote a lot of time. And things don't always go the way you want. So you have to, almost come up with a plan B, or because I'm left-handed, people would show me how to do things, but they're right-handed. So then I have to figure out how to switch it in my mind to the other hand. She fell asleep. So it really teaches you just to strategize and communicate with others, though I still have to be better at that. I'm not the best at communicating, but it does teach you how to work as a team and how to keep persevering through the tough times, especially because in sports, like, you don't always win. It seems like you lose more than you win. And that's how it is in life. And that's how it feels with parenting. Sometimes, like, you feel like, oh crap, I lost this day. Jeez, you can't wait for bedtime.
I want to take you back 7 years when DJ comes up to you and says, I have this thing I want to do called YSN. And it's going to take a lot of sacrifice before it shows any kind of, profit. What were some things going through your mind when DJ kind of comes to you with this idea that he has about starting YSN with Brian and the first maybe year or two of it and trying to grind through all of that? What were you going through at that point?
Well, I thought it was a good idea that he had, but you never know how everyone else is going to take it because it's something new. A lot of times people, and that's change, people don't like change and they don't accept it very often. So I didn't know how it would catch on or if it would catch on. I believed, that it could work, and DJ can really talk you into something and can really sell something. I knew he could do it, and I trusted Brian. I thought, well, Brian has a good level head, and if he believes in this, okay, so let's do this. I didn't know.
Naturally, she believed more in Brian than she did in me. Let's just make sure that we're all on the same page here.
Yeah, there was a struggle, right? I mean, the first few years there was a struggle, but you struggle in sports too, right? That's what it teaches us. We have losing seasons, and I didn't say we ever really lost with YSN, but it took us a while to gain some traction. But it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth all the hard work, all the sacrifice that not only we have done, but others, right? And the support from everyone, especially in the beginning, like it's so worth it. It's so worth it.
So
wow.
The struggle she talked about, in case this is your first time kind of getting a peek behind the scenes, Anthony, you know this story well. 3 years we go without a paycheck. Brian and I go 3 years without a paycheck, and I remember distinctly, vividly, like it happened a minute ago, that Sarah came up to me and said, at some point, this has got to be a business and not a hobby, or we've got to send you back to work, and this can be your hobby. And from that point, it got real. Like, stuff got real. But things were always tight, like when you lose your job and you start this, and we had a mattress store, and the first year was really, really good. And then the next 2 years were really tough because you were buying a mattress, once every 10 years, maybe. People aren't year after year to come get a mattress from you. So mattress store was never the be all end all. It was a means to get YSN ramped up and to buy some time for us. And when she, who has been so many times the leader of the family, the heartbeat of the family, when she basically said that it's go time, we really put the hammer down, and we made some even more sacrifices as a family and as a business and as a company. And, you know, the next 5 years have been really good, like really good. But if it wasn't for Sarah at the beginning believing in this, every married man knows it doesn't go without mama. So anybody that ever appreciated YSN, well, I'm grateful that they look at me. The real reason is the lady that's on the bottom of the screen right now holding a child that is
Sleep out.
Sarah,
DJ
you,
is. Oh, sorry.
Well,
you
go ahead,
go, DJ. I was going to say, DJ has said multiple times the origin story, seeing you out the window in Spanish class at Westminster. I want to know your side of the DJ Sarah origin story.
Oh no.
Well, so he said he saw me. It was my work study job. I was working for the education department. I was just getting the mail and bringing it back to Old Main. It's the building that he was in. I don't recall seeing him or my brother at the window. Maybe Eric wasn't at the window. So I don't remember that, but I do, like, we did meet after a party, and his pickup line was, "Hey, I play baseball. I'm on the baseball team." I just thought that was funny, especially because at the time I didn't like baseball. I like football, volleyball,
Got her.
He can sell.
He can sell.
There it is. There it is. Sarah, we're not going to keep you much longer. I know that, well, we're getting ready for bed. Other than Anthony, he's a night owl. But
A lot of work to do.
Oh man.
I guess one of the things that I want you to let people know is let them know. I mean, there's women out there, there's men out there that want family bad, and they don't, you know, they've battled the adversity or some of their own adversity that they've had to face. As someone who fought through it and is now living her dream, what is your advice to those people who feel like Mother's Day is never going to come to them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for those people, Mother's Day is one of the worst days. That and holidays, really. For those who are struggling to have their own, there are other avenues. We fostered and then adopted, and we had kiddos that we couldn't adopt. So there is heartache with fostering, but you can adopt, and you can do private adoption if you want, or you can adopt just straight out of the foster system. There are other ways. Like, you just having your own biological child may not necessarily be God's plan for you. As difficult as that is to hear, and I'm not saying, if you're struggling, then you're not meant to have your own kids. That's not it. But don't give up. There are other doors to open.
And
I have nothing to follow that up. That was awesome. I don't want to follow that up with a goofy question at all. That was a great way to kind of wrap a bow on this, I think.
Honey, I can't thank you enough. I know that there's other people out there that don't have necessarily the platform we do. I thought this is a great opportunity, and I got to tell you, I know I'm biased, but nobody deserves it more to be highlighted on her very first official Mother's Day as a mom. We love you. You are amazing. Z would tell you, except he's in bed. I think he's sleeping. We don't know. You're the absolute best, and nobody does it better, sweetie. We love you. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports Network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.